Imagine a man so charming, so magnetic, that even behind bars, he could make you believe in his innocence. This is the story of Robert Hicks. When I first met Robert Hicks in the visitor's room at the Federal Correctional Institution in Fort Worth, I couldn't believe he belonged there. Hicks was smooth, ageless, and ridiculously handsome, with magnetic blue eyes and an impish smile that could make anyone quiver. He had been a womanizer and a hard drinker, yet now, at age 34, he looked flawless, without a blemish or wrinkle. I was there with Joe Hardgrove, an old friend and a close confidant of Hicks. Joe believed Hicks was a good kid who got seduced by the system. The prison looked more like a 40s hospital or a monastery, with no bars or guard towers, just guards with two-way radios. As we waited for Hicks, I shared a childhood memory with a guard about a rumor that Peter Lorre was once imprisoned here. The guard replied, "They're all celebrities now," hinting at the elite status of the inmates. Hicks' crimes were betrayals of trust, targeting major universities and powerful corporations, shaking the college fundraising industry. Despite knowing his crimes, I liked Hicks immediately. He was charming, with a childlike openness in discussing his schemes. Hicks had a quick mind and a remarkable memory for details, effortlessly recalling dates, numbers, and corporate buzzwords. He admitted to his crimes but insisted he had a lot of help, claiming he could blow the lid off the college fundraising industry. Hicks' journey began as a college prank, a way to generate money for his alma mater, Texas A&M, and gain recognition. After graduating, he worked as a financial analyst for Gulf Oil, where he learned about corporate matching grants. Hicks' first scam involved post-dated checks to A&M, pushing his donation above the $1,000 necessary for a prestigious club membership. He moved back to his hometown, Franklin, but felt trapped in a loveless marriage and a place he loathed. Hicks eventually moved closer to A&M, buying a house in Bryan and trying to crack the clique that ran the university. He became close to Dr. B. Daniel Camp and his wife, Mary Helen, who would later divorce her husband and side with Hicks. Hicks and Camp were part of a group called the Poets, who met every Friday for drinks, embodying a carefree attitude. Hicks commuted between Bryan and Franklin, relying on the recognition his family had established in the small town. He was known for his charitable work and owned several businesses, including an auto parts store and car washes. Hicks' scams grew bolder, involving large donations to universities through corporate matching grants, often using others' names. He convinced universities to loan him the donated money back at interest, creating a shell game of funds. Hicks' schemes were reckless and brazen, fueled by heavy drinking and a desire for recognition and success. He even pledged $20,000 to the University of Texas, only to negotiate a similar scam, which UT turned down. Hicks targeted Bishop College, a struggling institution, promising $100,000 and exploiting their financial desperation. By May 1982, Bishop College had deposited $217,500 in an account controlled by Hicks, unaware of the scam. Hicks' empire grew, with plans to purchase a building in Hearn and create a brokerage for non-cash gifts. Despite the looming collapse of his schemes, Hicks continued to expand, driven by a need for revenge and recognition. He implicated friends and family in his scams, believing they had betrayed him, and sought to ruin their lives. Hicks' need for revenge bordered on sociopathic, with no trace of remorse for the lives he wrecked. In the end, Hicks admitted he was a con man, using everyone around him as instruments for his schemes. "I told you I was a con man," he said with a smile.